I grew up in a single family home. When I moved out, I bought a condo. I didn't have much experience with mobile homes or manufactured homes. Growing up in New Jersey, it just wasn't around the communities I was in. It was either single family houses, townhomes, or apartments. And as I began to travel more and focus on relocating to Florida, I found that mobile homes and manufactured homes are a bigger portion of the housing in Florida. And so I began to do some research on them. And this is kind of what I found that you should look into if you are going to buy a manufactured or mobile home. Certainly, this may apply to a single family house also, but these are things that I found that I want to share. The number one thing you need to look at when we're talking about buying a mobile home is the sewer and water infrastructure. Meaning, you want to know if it has a septic tank and well water, or if it's connected to city water and city sewer. Now again, this could apply to a single family house in any region, but remember, a first world country, one of the differences is its infrastructure, its electrical grid, its water and sewer systems. That is really what makes a developed country to a big extent. So when you're buying a house and when you're buying a mobile home, the infrastructure, the electric, the water, and the sewer are the major components that make your house a first world house. If you have a septic system and well water, you're still on the beginning of when America was becoming a developed country. You are not developed to a modern standard. Doesn't mean you can't live off well water and septic tanks, but it means septic tanks have a life expectancy. It's pretty much a septic tank for when you flush your toilet and your water runoff, etc. A septic tank is just a tank buried in your backyard where your dookie and your dirty water goes. And that needs to be flushed, cleaned, and replaced after a certain amount of years. Growing up in a single family house, you just think you flush the toilet and it goes into this city sewer system, and the teenage ninja mutant turtles, they just take care of the water and you don't worry about it. But a septic tank is, you may turn into a teenage mutant ninja turtle if your septic tank has a leak and it comes back into your house. So when you're buying a mobile home specifically, look into if it's connected to sewer water, the sewer system, and if it has a city water, The second thing you need to know, and you could probably put this as the first thing, is do you own the land? If you don't own the land, if there's a lot lease, then you are basically just renting a place to put your mobile home. You're in an RV park, but your mobile home is not an RV. It's an RV without wheels. If you own the land, you have a greater appreciation of equity in an asset, because the mobile home may not be built or as desirable as a single family home. And if you don't own the land, again, you pretty much just have a vehicle without wheels that you're living in. So owning land is a big part of owning property. So if you don't own the land, you obviously don't own property, you just own the structure. So you want to own the land because that's the big equity builder, okay? That makes your house more valuable, whether manufactured or single family house, and it makes your purchase more valuable over time. Because manufactured home and mobile homes, a lot of them are not in communities where you own the land. They are in communities where you lease the land. Because again, they're like an RV without wheels. So look into that. The third thing you need to know when buying a mobile home or manufactured home is, does the community have a deed restriction? Meaning that if you bought the mobile home and let's say you own the land, if the day comes where you want to tear down that mobile home, are you allowed to put a single family home up? A single family house with a regular poured foundation, a regular structure? Or is it deed restriction that you must rebuild to a mobile home? There's some mobile home communities where you can't tear down the mobile home and build a regular single family house structure. You must rebuild a mobile home structure. So know the deed restrictions on what you can and can't do. There's some communities that allow you to tear down the mobile home and put an RV. So knowing deed restrictions within a mobile home or manufactured home community are a key component for understanding your future and your current asset possibly that you're buying. So buying a house is one of the biggest purchases you'll make in your life. And buying a mobile home is just a little bit different. So you need to understand that. Another thing you need to understand, and this is like a bonus thing, but you'll definitely have to know it, is financing. Mobile homes, especially if they're more than 10 years old, are not that financeable because they're a higher risk asset, and many banks will not lend a 30-year mortgage if they're more than a certain amount of years, and they may require more down. So either you have to get a personal loan, or you're going to get a loan with a higher interest, more down payment, etc. So financing a mobile home is different. You need to understand that also. And why is it different? That's another thing. It's different because it's a higher risk to the banks. Why is it a higher risk? Because most of society prefers a single family house or even a condo over a mobile home. And that's a little bit why the banks say, well, if we're going to lend you money on this and you default, we have to mitigate our risk, okay, by requesting more down from you, a higher interest rate, or just not giving you a loan at all because it's too risky. Because again, they're pretty much financing an RV without wheels. Even though some mobile homes are beautiful. This is just the reality of what a mobile home is. And you must understand that so that you can form your decision as best you can. I hope this video on talking out these key points gives you some insight based on my experience in researching buying a mobile home. If it did, click that thumbs up. You want to support the channel? Click that blue join button. Check out my playlist, which has thousands of free videos, including many mobile home park communities. And subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.